Hey, my pretties, my lovelies. I know you're doing good. So I know you want to get into the topic at hand. We're about to do that. Pretty is just alleged tea, or we gossip and just talk about down below what we feel about a topic. That's it. That's all. It's crazy, y'all. But apparently, um, 21 Savage is married, been married, and may allegedly be getting a divorce from his wife. People are saying that he may have had some extramarital affair too with Latto. And some people are saying maybe they're friends. Who knows? I know they did have done songs together and they worked on projects together, but allegedly 21 was married, and a lot of that marriage dealt with him trying to get his citizenship because he was not from the U.S. I think he's from Haiti, but I'm not sure. Um, so with that being said, sometimes people marry to get their citizenship, and I have dealt with people like that. I've even helped. I was actually in a marriage where, at one time, I was trying to help my spouse. So, when it comes to stuff like that, it is very tricky because you just have to really understand: is that person really there for me, or that person is just there to give out from what they want from me? And it's really sad. It's unfortunate that the wife is filing, but because obviously she had feelings for 21. Obviously she was in love with 21 and she wanted to help him out, and I don't feel like what he did to value her was enough, because that's why she wants a divorce allegedly. And it's very sad and unfortunate because, baby, I don't like being taken advantage of, and I know people don't like being taken advantage of. And a lot of times you hear Latto saying, my man, my man, my man, like rubbing it in people's face like it was really her man. And I really had wanted to speculate on that and say, like, is 21 Savage really claiming Latto? Even though he was married, he really didn't really claim her. She was claiming him. She was claiming him. Not saying he had the opportunity to claim her because he was married, if he was talking to her. Now, part of me believes that they were more than what met the eye. Like, I feel like, yeah, they did a video together, but I feel like that was the mystery man that Latto was talking about, my man, my man, my man. But at the end of the day, it has been confirmed, it hasn't been denied, because I hardly ever see them on that tip. I haven't seen them out on any dates or any popping out on any red carpets together. So you can't really say the only reason why it was speculated that that was who it was because of Jason Lee spilling chopping his gums, which I respected, but then it's like, dang, I thought they was cool. But he said allegedly that's who Latto was dealing with, allegedly, and so, or something to that effect, and word got around. And also, I think she tried to make him backtrack that to some extent or whatever, and she denied it to some extent, which she should. And they said allegedly she had got his name tatted on under her ear, like his real name, 21's real name, behind her ear. And I feel like until he left his wife, she really shouldn't have been boasting as much as she did with the my man, my man, my man. And like she had a man, but she was so private with it. Because technically, if he's not showing you off, and that goes with anybody married or not, he's really not your man. And really, silly 21 Savage released a song with Didi, and it had me question, does this man even got love in his heart? And he's made comments before, like, you know, he's from hard places, he's experienced a hard life. But I try to be positive, because obviously she was smiling for some reason. If she said that's her man, then maybe that's her man. I'm trying to give her them the benefit of the doubt. But at the same time, this is going to be the kicker. This is going to be the telltale signs of who Latto's man really is. And this is going to be the telltale sign of if it's 21. Because allegedly he's still married, but supposedly his wife is wanting to divorce him. So that would leave room for Latto to pick up the slack. Is she going to have her man back, if that is her man, allegedly? Because we don't know if that's who she was talking about. Even though rumors, speculation will make you feel like that was who she was talking about. Right? But they're saying that allegedly he might get back deported. Now, I know there's people that have his back, like he's real close with Drake and different people in the entertainment business, that I don't really feel like they would just let that happen all to say, but that is a serious offense. If you are falsifying marriage documents to get your citizenship, they do take that stuff kind of seriously. So I feel like that for that reason, he might possibly risk getting in trouble, because literally that goes with the FBI, federal charges, investigations, and stuff like that, to my knowledge. And it can even lead to jail time and fines and other nasty, tribulating stuff. Um, but, and there's even people that will offer you money to marry them to get their papers. And I thought that's what 21 and his wife had going on. And she knew about Latto and stuff like that, but apparently she didn't. Apparently she married for love and all that. And she wasn't an ugly woman. She was a beautiful woman too. But apparently it just wasn't his ideal. And somehow, allegedly, he may or may not have gotten feelings for Latto. Or was it because he wanted Latto to be his next best thing? To take care of the situation in case wife number 2 didn't work out. Because if that's technically her man, she should be gun ho to help him get his papers. That's one thing I've learned. I would never date a man who doesn't have his papers, unless I just trust him with all my heart. But I do know there's people that will do whatever it takes to get their citizenship to the United States. Not saying that's 21, but it's either Latto was really his love interest, or Latto was the next person to help him get to where he needs to be. Because if he's deported, will Latto be willing to hold 21 down while he's overseas and not here? Will she still claim my man, my man, my man? And will they be seen, back and forth? Because you still can technically visit people if they're in another country, especially if that's your person, that they have a long distance relationship. Can you really say you're willing to have a long distance relationship with somebody? That would show that there's really love. That's really your man. You're able to hold him down, and it's his time of need. Because at this moment, I would say it's a time of need. Now, if she runs with her tail between her legs and like, deuces, I don't know you, you were never my man, then we could say, okay, it was nothing, never real. But if she's willing to take all the responsibilities that this woman is now, the wife is leaving for her, then that says a lot. And that maybe it's something real. Like, is she gonna really do documentation and paperwork to get him the citizenship that he needs? Because I don't know if Latto's a citizen or not. I'm thinking she is, but I don't know. But if she is, then maybe that was 21's mission, to maybe have somebody lined up that he was attracted to, who also could help him get his papers, and who would stick by his side. And we all thought that she would be that type, the ride or die, because she was so gun ho for him. But this is the actual test to see how strong, how solid, how strong their relationship actually is, and if she's willing to go through hoops and hurdles for her man. Because she was definitely dealing with him allegedly when he's married. Allegedly, that's what the word of the street says. So she should be willing to deal with him when he's single. Because at this point, they actually can have a future together. So they couldn't have much of a future when he's married, But being single, she could take over the responsibilities that a wife would take over. And it's also helping him with his citizenship and help him file if these don't go right. But true enough, that's a sticky subject as well. If they found out that he was really in a relationship with somebody else while married to somebody else while getting his papers, it could really put him in a loophole to where he won't even be able to file with nobody else. So then that would take Latto off the hook as well. But the crazy thing is, it really wasn't no proof for them being in a relationship besides word of mouth. So technically, they really can't say that he was with Latto. So technically, they really can't say that he can never remarry. Because he never admitted to being with Latto. Latto never admitted to being with him. It's just speculation and hearsay. So if the wife is choosing not to be with him, she's just choosing not to be with him. But we're going to see how serious Latto and 21Savage relationship really is. If it's really just a friendship, or if it's more than that. Because Eventually, Lotta's gonna have to pop out with her man, even if it's 21 or if it's somebody else. We're going to see that. We're going to know. And if she really is with 21, she's going to help take over his load and help her man out, because that's what people in love do, if it is love, on either parts. Because people can say my man all day and not even have an ounce of love in their heart. People do it all the time. And 21 can make her feel like he is in love with her and maybe don't feel anything at all. We don't really know, because when you're with somebody, you really can't say that you're with somebody else, especially legally if there's paperwork and government officials involved. And he said he the streets make him without a heart. So we will see who her man really is, or who 21's person really is in the future. Not saying it would happen right after they got a divorce, because that would be crazy. But, obviously they may have some kind of bond to have people speculating. But in time, we will see what's real. If they really can claim each other or not. And if they're tied to each other or not. As always, thank you for stopping by his house. Please like if you like any part of the video, and feel free to subscribe and join part of our Pertees, our family, our lovelies. Definitely want to hear what you got to say down below, so comment, because we will have interaction down below whenever possible, whenever we can.